everyone. How are you doing? I hope everyone is doing good. So welcome to another chapter. We are beginning with a new chapter, that is origin and evolution of life. Okay. Now in this chapter we will be covering three main aspects with regards to origin and evolution. That is how life originated on Earth. Okay, there are various theories that were put forth by many scientists. Okay, who are trying to understand evolution and how human life came into existence on Earth. So you have various theories that are there in the initial part of the chapter. Some theories, a few theories you have to discuss and we have to know in detail, and few theories just as for pointers. We will be going through it. Then the next part of the chapter consists of the organic evolution, wherein Darwin's theory of survival of the fittest, natural selection, modern synthetic theory, that we will be covering. And the last part of the chapter is basically evolution of humans. Okay, so three parts of the chapter. Comparatively, it's a smaller chapter. We will be able to finish it in a relatively shorter time, but one of the important chapter with respect to exam point of view. Okay, so you have to go through each and every topic. Yes, there will be different types of questions asked from these topics. So in this video, let's begin. We are going to do the introductory part first, and then we will see some of the theories of the origin of life. You have approximately you have quite a few theories that you have to know. We will be going through it briefly, depending upon what the theories demand. So some theories are very short, and just we will be mentioning it. So you will be learning in that uh, you know uh, uh, that in that manner only. Whereas a few theories we will be discussing in detail, so you will be learning those theories in detail. And this part, theories of origin of life, these are shorter theories. We will be just having a look at them. Okay, and then we will discuss in detail the chemical evolution of life theory. Okay, this is the self-assembly theory of origin of life. This was put forth by Oparin and Haldane. Okay, two scientists, Oparin and Haldane. It is also famously known as Oparin and Haldane theory, chemical evolution of life, theory of chemical evolution of life. So we are going to do this in this video. So let's begin. Introduction is just for you to get an understanding that what are we going to discuss in this chapter. This chapter is very interesting also, and at the same time it is very fact based and information based. Okay, like what were the what were the scientists at that time they were thinking. They were coming up with different understanding, different theory by their observation, by their experiments. Okay, so we will get to know a lot of interesting things, and how they prove that okay, humans evolved in such a way, humans came into life in such a way, life or not came into existence in so and so way. So it's interesting, and at the same time you will have a lot of information to be processed. Okay, so let's begin. All of you are aware of this Big Bang theory, right? Most of us believe that life came on Earth by this Big Bang theory. Yes, it is presumed that the universe came into existence because of this Big Bang theory, which started or which originated around 220 billion years ago. Okay, and it was believed, and it is believed, that the Earth was formed around 4.5 billion years ago. So the Big Bang theory happened 20 billion years ago. Okay, wherein all the matter and tremendous energy, all this came into existence. Yeah. Okay, so basically this theory says that there was a fireball which expanded, and then it cooled, and then it gave rise to many celestial bodies that we have in our galaxy now, like the solar system, the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets, the asteroids, etc. Okay, so and then Earth, the life on Earth came around 4.5 billion years ago. And then earlier it is said that atmosphere was not present on the earth, it was absent from the earth. And then it was believed that slowly and gradually, okay, water vapor, methane gas, carbon dioxide, then ammonia, these all gases, were released from a molten mass, and then slowly and gradually they covered the surface of the earth and contributed into the formation of the atmosphere on earth. So this is just the introductory that you have to just read the fact whether you accept it or not accept it, whether you agree with it or you do not agree with it. That's your personal choice. But these are some of the pointers that many of the scientists and discoverers they came up with. Okay, then it was said that UV rays from the sun broke up water into hydrogen and oxygen. So this is also believed that how hydrogen and oxygen came into existence. So it was said that UV rays cause the water to split into hydrogen and water, because we know that the composition of water is H2O. So water split it into individual gases of hydrogen and oxygen. So this is what is believed. Okay, this was because of UV rays, they say. Then oxygen combined with other compounds and formed all these substances like methane, ammonia compounds, etc. Okay, and then they also formed water, carbon dioxide. You will find oxygen in all of them. Okay, once the oxygen was split up from water, and then oxygen combined with other elements, and it gave rise to these compounds, it was believed. Water vapor then cooled and filled depressions to form oceans. So all these were, hypotheses or theories put forth by scientists, scientists who study evolution, who observe and who do experiments and try to come up with some conclusion. To Even philosophers, thinkers are also equally, they have also equally contributed to many of the hypotheses and theories, and they tried to basically reveal the mystery regarding the origin and evolution of life. Okay, so this is just an ourselves getting introduced to the topic. Now we begin with the actual. Okay, so there was one point left, and then it was also said that ozone layer was formed from oxygen. Okay, ozone layer is the layer which protects our earth, that's the atmosphere. It's there in the atmosphere. Layer of ozone layer is there, which protects us from harmful UV rays. Okay, so now we move to these theories, which is there in the textbook. So I have included some of the important ones. Now, if you will have a look at your textbook, both the CBSE and the Maharashtra board, before the panspermia theory. So don't have a look on the all the this. I have displayed it at once, but we will be taking it at one by one. Don't go on to these details. So first, panspermia. Gotcha. Before this, if you will open your textbook, you will see theory of special creation. Okay, theory of special creation. I will just mention only two lines you need to know. What is this theory of special creation talking about in your textbook? It is one of the oldest theories. Basically, this theory, special creation, was put forth by a Spanish monk known as Father Sudris. Okay, and basically, religious and philosophical thinking is involved in this theory. So all the religious scholars, they came up with this. They supported this theory that all the living beings on the earth were created by God or by some supernatural power. Okay, since we are discussing living science, biology based on fact, information, observation, and experiment, so that is why I did not include that over here. It's just a line that is theory of special creation states that all living organisms begin on the earth were created by, which began on the earth, were created by God or by some supernatural power. Now that's upon individual. I am not saying you have to agree with it or you don't have to agree with it. That's your personal choice, whether you resonate with that theory or not. But as a matter of fact, you have to know the different theories put forth by different scientists, philosophers, and thinkers which were of importance from the history and present for you to understand certain concepts in evolution. Okay, which will be required for you to be knowing as a biology student. Now, moving to the next theory, that is panspermia. It is also known as the cosmozoic theory. Now, according to this theory, Earth, they say that Earth came into existence with the help of some spores, okay, with the help of some spores from a distant planet, from some other planet. It came onto Earth like microorganisms or like any spores of any living organism. They were transferred to different planets, and one of the planet that we are living on, is on Earth. So, according to this theory, basically, Earth came into existence from a distant planet in the form of spores or microorganism, and that is why it is known as panspermia, because at that time, cosmozoa or panspermia, they mostly refer to this microorganisms. Okay. Yes, and then further development led to life on the Earth. Then another theory put forth by another group of scientists is abiogenesis. Okay, now what do we mean by abiogenesis? A stands for auto or self, and bio, we all know bio is life and genesis is formation. Yes, and genesis is what? Formation. A is auto or self, bio stands for life, and genesis is what? Formation. So it states that life came out of decaying and rotting matter like straw, mud, etc. Basically, what is this trying to tell you? It came from non-living material. I told you, na? A means what? Something or self or auto which is already in existence. So non-living material. So life came from non-living material, and it developed spontaneously. It originated spontaneously. Okay, this was put forth by some Greek philosophers in ancient history. But Louis Pasteur, who is one of the biggest scientists, okay, who discovered a vaccine also. So he was the one who disapproved this. He did not resonated with this. Okay, he was of the opinion, of the opposite opinion, that life existed on Earth from already existing existing living cells, pre-existing living cells. Okay, living cells. Whereas abiogenesis says, those who support abiogenesis, they say that life started from a non-living material. It can be the straw, mud, etc. Anything. Okay, anything. Clear? Then the next is biogenesis. So I think this is the opposite of abiogenesis, right? Okay. So, okay. So theory of biogenesis, obviously opposite of abiogenesis, that is life originated from pre-existing life. So this is what was supported by Louis Pasteur. Okay, this was proposed by Sir Francisco Redi, Spallanzani, and Louis Pasteur. These were some of the ancient scientists who conducted various experiments to disapprove the theory of abiogenesis and come up with the biogenesis theory. So abiogenesis says life started with non-living non-living things, and biogenesis, which is supported by Louis Pasteur and Francisco Redi and Spallanzani, that life originated from already pre-existing living cells. Okay. Oh, so special creation is mentioned over here. So special creation, I just told you that all non-living living organisms were created by God. Okay, so you have people supporting the theory of special creation as well. Okay, so these four theories, you just have to know them. It might be asked for a one line or a two line or MCQ. Now we move to the next theory, which we will be discussing in a bit detail. That is chemical evolution theory. Okay, This was put forth by the Russian scientist, which is Oparin, and British scientist Haldane. Okay, they were proposed by Oparin and Haldane. Just to give you a gist, that it states that life was originated from non-living inorganic and organic molecules such as methane, ammonia, water, H2O, sorry. Okay, sugars, proteins, nucleic acid. Basically, they have explained the theory in a stepwise manner, like a building block manner. Okay, that from non-living, inorganic, organic molecules like these compounds and molecules which are there in front of you, they came together and then they gave rise to cells, and then cells came together, tissues, and like that. That is how the living system came into existence by chemical evolution. So that is why the name is given as chemical evolution. That is, non-living, organic, inorganic molecules came together to give life on the planet. So let's begin. What is the theory talking about? Okay, so this theory can be divided into following steps. So the first step that they said was origin of the life on the earth. Okay, like how first the earth has to come into existence, then its atmosphere has to come into existence, then formation of these gases will take place or took place. So in a stepwise manner, first the earth came into existence, then its atmosphere came into existence. We are going to do this in a bit detail. Just right now, just labeling or jotting down the points. Then formation of the ammonia, water, methane, all these took place. After these gases took place, then synthesis of simple organic compounds. Okay, once these gases are there, then simple organic compounds came into existence by formation. Then once simple molecules were formed, this led to formation of complex molecules. Simple to understand. Simple or more compounds led to formation of complex molecules. Then genetic material, unique nucleic acids were formed with the after simple and complex compound were formed. Then after that, what was formed? The protobiont or something known as free cells, that we will come to it in a short while. Okay, so the pre cells then came into existence. Then from that, the first cell was formed. This is how Oparin and Haldane put forth the theory. And then finally, after the first cell, when it was formed, biological evolution, that is living organisms, then came into existence. Okay, living organisms then came into existence. Clear? Okay. Firstly, giving you an idea about the first part, that is the first step, that is the origin of Earth and its primitive atmosphere. Oparin and Haldane were of the view that, uh, as we just saw in the introduction, 4.5 billion years ago, Earth originated, and it came from Big Bang theory. Then, after the Big Bang theory, the Earth, was like other planets. Earth also came into existence, and then slowly and gradually, different compounds, different elements, condensation of gas, all that took place. Okay, and elements like helium, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, etc., they came together and they formed the primitive. Primitive means the earliest, very first atmosphere. Okay, it is believed that the earlier atmosphere, which was around 3600 billion years ago, were very much different from the atmosphere that is found today. Okay, so this was the first point. Then formation of ammonia, water, methane, all this took place. Okay, basically, what are they trying to tell you in this point is that uh, the nitrogen and the gases, carbon, hydrogen. They combined with different elements like oxygen, hydrogen, okay, and came up, and all the compounds like ammonia, water, all this was formed, okay. Some remained in the gaseous form, some were in the liquid form, okay. And as the years passed, the temperature of the earth decreased, and then water, okay, the everything condensed, and rain, which resulted into rain, and the earth became cold. Okay, then slowly and gradually led to the formation of rivers, streams, lakes, seas, ocean. Okay, so all those were thought believed to be formed in such manner. Okay, and so yeah, this is how the formation of ammonia, water, and methane uh, were hypothesized that probably this was the cause that these molecules were made. Okay, so now we are on the atoms, which led to the formation of the monomers from simple inorganic compounds. Now, how simple organic compounds came into existence, or how were they formed? So the next step, so this is the next step in the chemical evolution of the formation of micromolecules. So it was thought that when the temperature of the Earth's surface was very low. I mean, earlier it was hot, and then slowly and gradually the temperature of the Earth was cooled down, and then these methane, CH, okay, especially this. They combined with various elements, okay, both in the form of saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons, and also under the effect of energy like ultraviolet rays energy, radiations, volcanic activities, etc., etc., etc. Then because of this, the simple or inorganic molecules came into existence. Okay, so because of this, they thought that the earlier molecules of hydrocarbons, ammonia, water, they all showed reactions like polymerization, condensation because of the activities going on the earth, because of the energy and these simple molecules. Then compounds were finally synthesized. So this resulted in the formation of biologically important molecules like amino acids, purines, pyrimidines, sorry, spelling is RI, pyrimidines, monosaccharides, fatty acids, glycerol, etc., etc. Name all these. Okay, everything will can be understood under this category. Okay, so basically, Haldane described that the C-containing molecule of these organic substances as a primitive broth or a hot soup type of thing. Okay, and then slowly and gradually these hot soup, like the aqueous substances environment into which these simple organic inorganic compounds were there, free atoms were there, and all these amino acid purines and all these biomolecules which were formed, they led to the formation of these complex polymers. Okay, so then monomers combine to form complex inorganic compounds like proteins, nucleic acids, fats, polysaccharides, etc., etc. Okay, so this hot soup or this primitive broth which had simple compounds led to the formation of the complex ones um, because of the polymerization activities, right? So this led to the formation of complex polymers or complex compound. Fine. So now we know that how proteins, nucleic acid, fats, and polysaccharides, these are so very important. They form the basis of the biomolecule, of the molecular study of any living organisms, right? And then finally, the next step leads to the formation of protobions or the pre-cells. Okay, after the nucleic acid and all that is formed. Fine. Sorry, after this complex inorganic compounds were formed, then formation of nucleic acid. This step is not mentioned in this picture. complex of nucleic acid, formation of nucleic acid. Basically, according to Oparin and Haldane theory of chemical evolution, it was thought that aggregation of phosphoric acid. Yes, we all know the composition of nucleic acid. It consists of phosphoric acid, sugar, nitrogen bases, that is purines and pyrimidines. They come together to form different types of nucleotides. We are now aware the different types of nucleotides that are existent in DNA and RNA, that is adenine, guanine, thymine, uracil. Okay, so thousands of nucleotides join together to form nucleic acid. This is what was the thought by, or explained by the Oparin and Haldane theory of evolution. So it acquired self-replicating ability gradually, which is now the fundamental property of living organisms. Then after that, the next step of the chemical evolution theory consists of how the protobiont or how the pre-cells were formed. Now, pre-cells or protobiont. Pre-cells means the very first cells. Okay. So it was said that according to this theory, that the nucleic acid along with the inorganic and organic molecules, okay, nucleic acid plus the organic and inorganic molecules together, they came and made the first cells, the pre-cells or the protobionts. Okay, and then all the so this is how the cells came into existence. They also demonstrated this by doing certain experiments by aqueous suspensions of polymers, and they came up with this solution, formation of something known as coacervates. So Oparin and Haldane called these aggregates as, okay, so Oparin and Haldane, they demonstrated a formation of these aqueous suspensions of polymers through various experiments, like how the inorganic plus the inorganic and the organic along with the nucleic acid, how they gave rise to the first pre-cells or the protobionts. So they gave rise to something known as coacervates. Coacervates are nothing but an aqueous solution in which you have different molecules in it. So here you're talking about organic, inorganic, nucleic acid, etc., etc. Okay. So Oparin called this as coacervates. And then it was surrounded by a lipid membrane. The cell was surrounded by a lipid membrane, and that is how the present day structure of a cell has a lipid bilayer molecule. That is, the plasma membrane has a lipid bilayer molecule, and then you have the cytoplasm, and then you have the inner organelles. Then also the environment of the organelles, that is, in the cytoplasm you find many organic, inorganic substances present in dissolved or in undissolved condition. And finally, this led to the formation of the first cell, that is the origin of nucleic acid, protein. Then the metabolism started, controlled metabolism in this lipid membrane gave rise to protocells, from pre-cells to protocells or the probionts. Okay, so the nucleic acid in the pre-cells had the capacity to multiply, and slowly and gradually, due to chemical reactions taking place like protein synthesis, etc. So this led to a significant transformation of the pre-cell, earlier cell, precursor cell into a cell. Okay, and then this chemical evolution led to something known as biological evolution that we will be seeing in the next video. So this was all. This is a schematic representation in the picture form of the chemical theory of evolution. Yes, you can follow it. Whatever we have just now discussed, all those 8 steps, as you can see over here, from the earth to the ammonia, water, methane formation, then formation of simple molecules, leading to formation of complex organic molecules, then formation of nucleic acid, which gave rise to formation of precursor cells. All the combination of this Okay, that is coacervates were formed and then finally leading to the formation of first cell and leading to biological evolution. So this is like a schematic representation. You can go through it, okay, while you are revising, while you're reading the textbook. This is another flow chart which will help you to remember the steps of the O'Parent-Haldane chemical theory of evolution. So that's all for this video. In the next video, we will be discussing the Urey-Stanley-Miller experiment. Okay, one more theory which supports evolution, and then we will move to the RNA world hypothesis. These two small topics, and then we will mainly go to the Darwin's theory of evolution. So thank you. Take care. Bye bye.